Bing bong. Welcome to BWE Sports.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah. So I'm Jeremy. This is Kyle. We got Rocket League playing today, and this Rocket League team, not a lot of changes. If you're with us through last semester, it's going to be the same three. It's going to be Well, it's going to be Det, and it's going to be Shady. So we should have a good game.
Yeah, today we're kicking off the GLEC. It's week one. We're playing Valpo Esports, which is the team we actually beat in the NECC quarters at the end of last fall season. So looking forward to that, running it back. Um, I'm personally really excited for this game. I don't know about you, Jeremy. I think that this team is really ready to just be meshing, and I think that they've been putting in a lot of work. I'm excited to see what they can do.
I am also excited. I know a lot of these guys personally, and I know that as a three, they vibe together, but I know that every once in a while in game, there's a little bit of stutters here and there. But I know that they've been putting in hours. I think they were playing for like 5, 6 hours yesterday because they had an open qual they were running through, and then they were doing some activation matches for a different league that will sometimes be on the stream, but will always be updated over on our Twitter. If I remember correctly, it's at BWU
That's
Esports.
exactly it.
Yep. So you can always follow updates there. But these guys have been playing, and when I talked to Shady actually after the games, he said that although they weren't the results that they wanted, there were a handful of games that they played where he felt like they were playing like the peak Rocket League that they've ever played, which was very good to hear coming into this weekend because this is where we start our season off. If you're new here, the GLEC, which is the matches that will be happening on Saturdays, is our league where if we place within the top 8 amongst divisions in both Erie and Michigan, we will qualify to a LAN in Columbus. And if I remember correctly, if you win that one, you qualify to a LAN down in Texas.
That's it.
So this is the league where it really matters that we have good performances. And the fact that they were hitting their stride early in other leagues, now coming into this one, we're looking at a very good team. We're looking at a very strong team and a very threatening team to anybody outside of us.
Yeah, absolutely. I sat in actually on the pregame meeting a little bit today, and the team is really amped up. They're really feeling ready and ready to get into it. I'm just really excited to get back into it. It's gonna be great.
I'm excited too. I think we should be having lobby starting very soon. The scheduled start time for this is noon, and I know all the players over here have gotten out of their pregame scrims. They're kind of just getting one last final, I would assume, team huddle in, just getting ready for the game. Um, but yeah, this is a team where it's like I think they're threatening because they play at a higher level than what their ranks would suggest. I feel like all of these players have had games where they perform like significantly higher than what they are listed as in game. So they're a team where you can look at your elo and you can't really say that it's like, okay, that's how the team's gonna play. You look at it and you're like, I don't know. Because if they're on form, if their comms are right, if they're flowing well, they will just be frying. But if it happens that they have it off game, if things just kind of falter a little bit, that is where we could see a little bit more of the cracks start to show. But if their practice and their pre-games have shown, they should be in form, especially for these games and going through the rest of the semester.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. I had the pleasure of sitting in on some scrims. Oh, looks like we're going into it. I will talk about that later when I get a chance. It's no problem.
Yep.
All right,
Boom and boom. There we go.
here we go.
Yep.
The field is set.
Hmm.
Stage is ready. We are on Champions Field.
I can hear the players on the team yelling over in the other room.
Yeah,
The hope is that we'll eventually be able to get cams or even crowd mics over there,
that'd be great.
which will be very fun.
That room has some insane crowd reaction, so I'm
That's
very
insane.
excited for when we get that up
If
and
we get
running.
a packed house in there, it is
It's
it is
insane.
electric.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are just waiting on everyone to be getting in. It appears that we've got all seven. So people
Okay.
should be loading into these sides, and we should be getting into our match start very, very soon.
I think it's very exciting and just kind of fitting to be starting out on Champions Field. As some people know, maybe not, that's okay. RLCS, which is the esports for Rocket League, always finishes at Champions Field, but we're going to start here.
Yep.
The game is kicking off.
And with the start, we're going to have an instant head attack from Joey. We're going to have Det send it up high along with another tap from Well. What's the button that I pressed for the things?
It's
Spell
B,
gone.
I believe.
B?
Yeah. Oh. All right, we're just having some technical difficulties, but as we can see, We got a nice clear there from, I believe that was Shady. And then that looks like Det. So now we are just having technical difficulties. However, um, all right.
There we go.
There
we
we
got it
go.
back up.
Okay. So good guys blue, bad guys orange. Here we go.
Yep.
That's a great clear and a pass from Det going down, and it's so close. Not quite.
Yep. High hit from Shady going into the corner. A head-on challenge will then be picked up by Det going towards into the midfield. That's Well sending it a little bit further. Right in front of the net. Unfortunately, no one quite there to hit, although Shady will continue the pressure. Well, also able to play off of a mid-bounce.
Clear and clean bump.
Getting a very nice bump, and Det sending up a little bit high, almost getting a hit, but Thamus able to get the save and keep the pressure going both ways. Well, continuing a little bit of control onto the ball, setting it up for a hit from that appeared to be Shady, and another pass back to Well. That's going to be a clear from Det, actually.
And that's a great pass, and that's a great finish.
A great pass and a great start. Minute and a half in, and we can see that these teams are fairly evenly matched. The pressure going both ways, but BW definitely keeping more control as the game went.
And something that I've noticed just right off the bat of this game is that it's very, very physical out there. There's been a lot of bumps, there's been some demos, and I think that that's great energy. We just got to keep that up.
It's a great thing to see. As we talk about physicality, Det able to bump another one of VU's off, and Shady with a mid-air demo giving BW the power play. Wellendish up in the middle, unable to challenge from Thamus. However, we have somebody right there able to send it far into Vapo's area. Sending back, we have a touch that appeared to be from Det, sending it low.
That's a great cap
another
right
goal
there
from Wellendish.
What I'm really loving to see right now is that we're having some great passing play going on. There's a lot of intermingling, a lot of our players are just aware of where other people are on the pitch, and they're making sure the ball gets to them, and that's exactly what we need to do.
And this is exactly what the players were talking about yesterday with their play being very good. Heading into another kickoff that's going to be Det just barely missing, and it's going to be an open goal situation. However, Wellendish able to carry it across back into center where Det has the control. Sends it up high, sends it farther back. Perfect for Shady to get a little bit of control and center it. For Wellendish to take a challenge, get it, and continue pressure on the ball, sending it far into Vapo's side. A demo from Oblivious, however, will not matter as the ball continues on Vapo's side. Wellendish back into the fray. That's Det going up, hitting the ball further into the corner. Wellendish keeping some pressure on, but Thamus able to clear the ball over to the side, taking it down the right side of the pitch with it appears to be Det in the corner. Will not be able to get anything from either player. Ball continuing to have pressure. Shady.
Wait a minute, there's a chance here. There's a chance here.
There's a high shot from Det, and it's going to be just on the high bar. However, there appears to be a second tap. Thamus right there for the save. That was a lot of good pressure from BW, and it appears that we're going to be keeping that. A beat from Shady, sending it a little bit deeper into Vapo's territory, and Shady's there with the follow-up, beating the 50-50, and
there.
that's Det up high.
It's down to Well. There we go.
Back into Well.
That is beautiful. Once again, as we can see here, we can just see the vision from this team. They know where each other are, and they're making sure that the ball gets there. This is exactly what they were planning. It's exactly what they're executing on.
It's exactly how they need to be playing. It's a great start here and a great showing, especially with 2 minutes left. A 3-goal lead is very good. The kickoff sending a little bit even, however, Well able to get a little bit of a send into Vapo. Shady up high to get the touch. Det not quite fast enough to get the connection. However, players are still there to apply pressure. Well able to take it out of line of the goal. Gets sent up high by one of the Vapo players. However, Well is up high to continue the pressure. Shady playing a little bit back, knows that he can be the last man, and now is going to be able to put the pressure on. Sends it high. Det with the second connection. Going to be in the middle. Wellendish with another connection back into Shady. A connection from Vapo will keep it in the middle. However, BW still with control. Det getting a little bit of contact, however, Shady more in the midfield, sends it further back, well, able to continue that back and wins the head-to-head, taking it far down into Vapo's field. This could be another goal situation. Det with a bit of control, unable to get the second hit, however, it's right where Shady wants it. Well, able to get another contact, and even though these shots aren't on goal, they are keeping pressure high. Thamus trying to get something, but a whiff from him and also from Det. Shady with the shot, and it's an open
And
goal
it was
situation.
a tactical fake. A beautiful tactical fake there performed by Det.
A whiff intended for the goal, and that gives BW the 4-0 lead in the first game of, I assume, a best of 5.
It is best of 5.
That
Yes.
is what I was figuring. Looks like we're going to be having, I would guess, one more kickoff. Well, on the kickoff, unable to get contact and does get demoed, but the ball unable to be capitalized from Vapo. Shady continuing the offensive.
Across the middle again. Oh, no.
And there were just 3 people sitting there.
Oh, no.
Even if one missed, the other one was going to get the hit.
Yep. There was 3 BW esports players there, 0 Valpo. And that is just
they were
what we love to see.
all ready for that contact. We're going to have another kickoff, 30 seconds left. It's going to be Shady taking the initial contact with a whiff, sends it back into Det. Over in the corner, Wellendish up
Very
high,
clean
sends
demolition.
it back.
What a demolition there. That was absolutely beautiful physical play.
That's 6 for BW.
Yeah.
This is just unmatched pressure.
The game is just entirely within BW's control right now. Everything that they're going for is just they're getting it. Valpo can't get control of the ball. This is exactly what we want to see from our boys.
They're being given all the space that they want, and they're playing with it exactly how they need to. A head-to-head, Shady, unable to get the hit. Shady able to continue the pressure onwards. The ball gets sent high, and Well is going to be up height. Unfortunately, beaten out. Det with a little bit of control. It is in BW's half, but with 4 seconds left, this game is done and dusted. As BW taking a 1-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, and as we said throughout the cast, there's been a lot of really, really solid team play, really, really great possession control from BW so far. There's a lot to be proud of and a lot to be excited about, I think, in this series. Was there anything else in particular that you saw, Jeremy?
I mean, the main thing that I saw is just one of the things that you want to look at is look at the shot distribution here for BW. That is, what is that? 11 shots taken, almost a clean, even spread for everyone. 4-4-3, Det just being the struggler as far as shots go, but he wasn't really needed a ton. Like, Shady and Wellendish were playing as far forward as they needed to, and Det was there to clean up the shots that he needed to.
And I also feel like, yes, Det may not have been involved in every single one of those shots. However, he was always back. He was always in position and ready to make a play on that ball if something went wrong.
Yeah.
So I think that the positioning of this team so far has been fantastic.
Det was playing an extremely good third man. And also one of the other things that is important to look at for BW is not only their lack of saves, but the lack of shots from Vapo. This was a game that was dominated by BW's aggression, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. As we get into game 2, is going to be another kickoff taken from Shady. Instant control. Thamus trying to get a little bit, but unable to get the hit, and Shady playing the height.
That is up.
Det up,
Just
unable
wide.
to send it back into the goal. Thamus with a little bit of control, but Wellendish instantly able to get a little bit of a redirect. That's going to be Det with the send back and another demo onto Wellendish. BW is playing a man down for a lot of this opening section of the game. What could have been a goal is a whiff and now a potential control by BW. This ball is limp.
What a save.
Will not be a goal. A save by Wellendish. And as we talked about that physicality, it is not slowing down anytime soon. Vapo has been on the offensive with all of their physicality. However, Shady with a hit and Wellendish with the clean up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that touch is beautiful from Shady. Also, it just puts so much pressure on, and then Wellendish is just there, ready to clean it up to make sure it gets in that net.
It's a layup that you just cannot be missing, and he will not. 1-0 up, 45 seconds into the game, and it's going to be another kickoff from Shady. Ball sending high and left. Scoot here on the ball, unable to get much more control, and Det sends it far in with a passing play to Shady.
What a play!
Back to Det, and that is a steamer of a goal.
Wow. Just the 1-2 passing right there. That's absolutely fantastic.
And that's what you expect. That's the kind of coordination that you expect from our 2 veteran players on this team. Both seniors. This will be their last semester competing for BW, so they're looking to end it out with a bang. Another kickoff, well, unable to get a touch. However, the pressure was applied a little bit after the shot. Well up to get that save. And 2 whiffs in the air. Shady there for the cleanup and the boost reset. We'll be getting the bounce and
Woo!
another great passing play from BW to give them the 3-0 lead.
Oh my gosh, this team, you just can't stop them right now.
You
They're
really
just on
can't.
fire. They're locked in.
Yeah.
There is nothing that can stop them.
And that increase of physicality from Valpo has just disintegrated. It was there on the first kickoff, which we're seeing another from Wellendish. However, it's just non-existent. Thamus unable to get anything. Shady with a little bit of control sent into Wellendish, back into Shady, and it's already in like Vapo's goalposts. Wellendish looking for a little bit more pressure, will be shadowing the ball here. Det sending it up. Wellendish relinquishing, although Scoot unable to get a touch. That is going to be Thamus on height, with Shady able to contest. Now we're looking for another play. That's Wellendish in goal. Although it wasn't a save, it definitely could have been impactful. Wellendish with a shot, but it will be defended by Thamus. Det sends it back into the middle. It'll be touched, so there's a little bit of control from Vapo, but that will immediately disintegrate as Shady sends it right into Well. And now Det with another tap after a little bit of a stall. What could have been a goal ends up being an open ball. Going towards BW's side, it's Wellendish with a little bit of control. Thamus here with the tap. However, it looks like it's going to be a goal for Vapo. I mean, they had to crack eventually, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And honestly, I think that this goal, if anything, just takes a little bit of pressure off. You know what? We don't have to worry about keeping that infallible 0 goals, but we're still have the lead, up by 2. I think we're in a great position still. I'm not worried
Up by
about it.
2 with 3 left, and that being the first goal that Vapo has had in, what would that be, 8 minutes of gameplay?
Yep.
BW is looking scary and strong on this. The challenge from Det will send it staying in BW's half. However, it looks like Shady potentially able to get some pressure, sends it high.
Beautiful 50.
Yep. And now we're looking at a little bit of scrap here. Shady able to get the save and sends it deep. Wellendish right in receiving position. Will bounce it into middle. However, no one is quite there for the receive. Det playing a little bit further back, foreseeing the potential shot on goal, and is able to get the defend. Wellendish taking a lot of pressure here, is able to get the ball towards the midfield where Shady is able to get another hit. And Wellendish up high finishes off the goal. And even though they were scored on, you know, they're able to respond.
The mentality's still there. That's all that matters. Something interesting I'm noticing is that Valpo seems to be adapting to a new strategy of trying to boost starve them out. Because we noticed for a while there, a lot of our players were sitting on 0 or low boost, and so they weren't able to get to the ball. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a new trend that we're going to see for the rest of the series.
I feel like it might be something that we see. It's a question of how much it affects the gameplay. And even though they're getting stalled out, Det here with full is able to get a beat on 1, Wellendish on height. Able to get a little bit more, and now Det's looking for a little bit of fancy footwork here, unable to get the goal, but Shady is there to take the possession out of Vapo. They will regain it, however. Det with the head-on challenge will send the ball free in the middle. Shady with the mid-air challenge is able to get final touch, but not necessarily towards the goal. It'll have to be Wellendish to send it a little bit more in. Here we have Scoot getting a little bit of pressure, unable to get much else, and Det sends it low, back into Shady, back into Det.
Wow.
Looking for a passing play, unable to get it, however, showing great pressure. And the shot from Shady, well, will not be able to hit the contact, which will give Thamos a little bit of control. Det able to take that away from him, but he sends it right into Scoot. Shady sending it far and back, not able to quite capitalize. However, 2 will go up for BW and no one will go down. Shady rotating, being that third man, able to keep pressure. 1 minute left. There's going to need to be some plays from Vapo.
I think he has a double here, Jeremy.
Competitive. And that looked like a double, however, unable to close it out. We have Thamos here trying to do some fancy footwork up in the air, but he will drop the ball and Shady will capitalize, sending it right up into Det, who has the double into the goal. A 5-1 lead for BW with 40 seconds left.
Meki, question mark? I think so. I would say so. That's absolutely beautiful footwork right there from Det. That's gorgeous.
It's great to see all of our players showing their mechanical prowess here on the pitch. We got another kickoff coming on. It's going to be Shady with the initial boost, sends it back into the corner with Scoot. However, Wellendish up height, able to take the control away. Det with a little bit of a send back into mid. It looked like it was intended for Shady, but he will not be able to get it. And Det taking control back into their half. Wellendish able to get a little bit of control here, but Shady sends it back. He's able to get a little bit more control, but will drop it right at the end. Wellendish sends it far and back into the corner. Oblivious able to get a little bit of a tap, sending it into BW, but it's a 10-second countdown goes. This game is looking like another surefire win for BW. That's going to be them going 2-0 up in the series against Valpo. With what looked like it could have been the cleanest finish. Shady with the kill.
That's a beautiful
Keep it 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw in that game, it looked like Valpo had maybe just a little bit of a glimmer of hope, but BW instantly extinguished that, and that's just something that we really want to see from our guys. We don't want to let them start building up that momentum. It's really, really important, and so they built it for a second, but we made sure to extinguish it right back out. So hopefully we'll be able to close this one out in one more game.
We're looking at what I would be willing to say is looking like a very good 3-0. The one thing that I will be saying about this as I look at our stat lines here and try to build any sort of a narrative is that Valpo has strikers in Oblivious and Thamos, but Scoot hasn't really been doing much. He has no saves. He only has about 60 points, which is very low. It shows very little contact on the ball throughout the time. And while he was not necessarily being targeted as far as where he was playing, it's still something where you want to see all of your players having those high scoring games. Because even our low scoring player of Det still had about 400 points. He was at 392 if I remember correctly.
Right.
So even though he was the lowest on our team, that's still building a very good floor. As we look towards this kickoff and we look towards Valpo potentially being able to
Here's the flip.
put anything instantly, Shady styling on them.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting for it. I was hoping we get to see a flip reset today, and there it is.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful bang right there from Shady. Exactly what we like to see. Just set the tone of this third game.
It's a nice start. 6 seconds in is going to provide a lot of pressure. The kickoff here, it's going to be Wellendish with Shady going up as well. However, Wellendish sends it deep. Scoot looks like he's going to be a little bit confused here. Det with the hit, and all 3 BW players are now in this corner. Well, looking like he could have tried for something, however, unable to get the contact. Det will be far back, playing that third man, and as soon as the ball is loose, Shady is there to provide pressure. Oblivious will be able to take it out of contention, and Thamos will be looking for some sort of play off of that. However, Det is playing back. All 3 are actually playing back. Det with the being demoed will not matter. Shady able to clean it up. 2-0 BW.
And something particularly impressive I find about this play is that the boost management from both Wellendish and Shady. Both of them were low boost, but they still were able to make that connection and get the ball into net. I think that's very, very impressive.
It's very impressive, and it shows a large amount of communication, a large amount of the structure that is going on with this team. Another kickoff, another possession of 4BW off rip. However, Thamos will be able to quickly steal this back, potentially looking for some sort of carry, but Shady is back in goal to get it. Oblivious up high, able to get a little bit of contact, but drops the dribble, potentially giving BW an opening. And there's Scoot, the player that we mentioned, being lower on the scoreboard, getting a little bit of action here. However, Det will be there for not only the defense, but also to bring it up. Oblivious able to get a little bit of pressure here, but Shady instantly taking that pressure back, instantly taking that control back, and Thamos sending it into mid. That's going to be Det looking for a corner play, unable to find it quite, and Shady with the double tap. That's Wellendish streaming down the side, trying to get some sort of control on the ball towards the net. However, he will be unable to. Det sends it back into the corner, and Shady is there.
That's dangerous.
Play. Oh. Unfortunately, Det just a little bit too slow to be able to get the contact. Wells up high, but a very good
What a save, what a
Thamos.
finish.
We'll keep that up. And Scoot able to get a little bit of pressure onto the ball. That's going to be Det down. Wellendish last needs to create this ball and put it out of their side. That's going to be a little bit of pressure. Shady with control onto the ball now, able to beat out the 50-50, getting the boost reset. And now, ball going onto the right. Det with a little bit of a pinch, kind of a stall out here, but still provides pressure. Wellendish sends it into midfield. Thamos getting pressure. but a tap. I don't know who that was from, if that was Det or if one of
It
the
was, I believe that was
Vapo
from
players.
Thamos at the very end. I believe he was trying to redirect it into the net because he thought it was over, but from my perspective, that looked like that was just going straight in.
That looked perfect to me. However, the scrap in the corner is not looking perfect. BW able to wrestle control, and this is looking like a very good, almost solo play from Det. However, Shady will be right there looking for the cleanest finish. It will get wrestled out of his control at the end by Thamos, and now we're looking at Oblivion with control, loses it back into Thamos with Shady. The very hard hit right into Det in the middle, sends it back. Shady up high, following the ball's control. However, Oblivious back in net takes control. Streaming down the sideline, Wellendish able to get a redirect. Scoot up height, able to get it. Bounces off of Oblivion, potentially altering their play. Thamos up in control, but with Wellendish screaming down the field, gets back control. Unable to get that second tap, Scoot is going to retake it for Vapo. However, Det is there to instantly reapply the pressure. It's back in the corner. Thamos, streaming on the sideline, sends it towards mid, but Shady is there for the redirect. He's there also to kill the momentum. Scoot getting another bit of pressure, but Wellendish sends it into the open midfield. It's got a little bit of touches from Vapo, but Det is there, sends it into Wellendish, and what could have been a great passing play gets shut down by Oblivion. And the double tap is not going to be able to be touched. Oblivion now with the control, with the ball, sending it height. Det with a little bit of pressures, and it's going to be sent into the back corner. Thamos following. Wellendish able to get the beat. It's going to be into the mid. Scoot sends it high. Shady sends it up and is going to be following. Potentially we'll see another hit. A double tap that will not pan out. However, Det is there for the hit. It's going to be a crossbar shot. Scoot able to barely get it out of dangerous territory and into the safety of the corner.
Oh, that is disgusting,
But
Det.
it doesn't matter.
That is disgusting.
Det with another mechanics play.
Oh my goodness. The way he holds his flip there for the very last second. Oof, that is absolutely beautiful.
We're seeing truly great play here out on the pitch for BW. We're going to be looking to what could be our final kickoff. It's going to be a win for Vapo, and it's going to be a demo onto Wellendish. However, a shot out with Shady, very close to play off of it. Shady gets shut down. It's going to be Det playing in the midfield. Wellendish sends it up into the net, and Det is going to miss, but Shady is going to be right there to get the beat.
I actually think that was a fake. I don't even think that was a miss because to me it looked like Det was too close, so he pulled himself off at the very last second there.
I see.
And so I think that was very, very well calculated play.
It did look very well calculated, and whether it was calculated or not, it worked.
It worked out. It got in the net.
30 seconds left. We're looking at another kickoff. Det taking the control on this against Oblivion, able to win it out. But Thamos, being in that corner, is able to get more pressure back. Not another goal allowed for Vapo. It's going to be a redirect. Det fast on the ball. Wellendish also coming in from height, unable to get the finish. With the 10-second countdown starting now, we can call this game as good as done. That's another demo from Scoot, but it will not be mattering. BW with the confident start to their GLEC season, a 3-0.
That's exactly what we came here for today. It's exactly what happened. That's what we love to see. I think that the guys had a great game today, and I'd love to hear from one of them.
I actually would too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, see what you can do.
Yeah, I'll see if I can go find somebody. Yeah.
Alrighty. And I was gonna say, with little left to talk about this match, the only thing to say is this is the exact type of play that we would love to see starting out for BW. That is the exact type of play that we want to be seeing. It's the exact type of aggression and power that we want to be seeing from these players. It's exactly how we want to be treating our games from here on out. It's what we want to be seeing. As my co-host here tries to shift over, get anybody from the team that he can, it will be important to see how the players react to this, because obviously that's who matters the most. It's going to be the guys who were in that match, on that pitch, playing how they needed to play. And we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about, not only just the beginning of their flowing together, their team identity, but also the mechanical skill that we saw and the kind of mechanical styling that we saw. It'll be very interesting to talk to. And we got Det. First of all, good shit, man. Good stuff. Like, that's exactly what we like to see. Throw the headphones on. So, big thing for the starter. Great start on a 3-0. That's
Thank
exactly
you.
what we want to see.
Yep.
Any nerves coming into the game, or
Honestly, no. We started yesterday at like 5 p.m. and went till like 10 o'clock last night. So we had a lot of games in yesterday. We had a tournament and then activation matches. So I think we came in this morning feeling pretty confident. So not too many nerves on my part at least.
that's great to hear. That's great to hear. So another thing that I noticed throughout that game is just the amount of pressure that you guys were able to apply. Like,
Hmm.
even in games where it was lower scoring, I feel like you had possession for a
Yeah.
great majority. Was it something about the way that Vapo was playing that you were able to exploit, or was it more just the amount of practice that you guys have had in the past few days that you've got kind of a vibe?
I would say probably a little bit a mix of both. Their play style really like helped with the way that we wanted to play. So they had a little slower, more controlled. And yesterday, when we started all those tournaments like that, we just wanted to focus on the pressure, pressure, pressure. The best team in the world could lose, facing too much pressure. So really just, I think yesterday, all those games, I think really helped us. Like I said, we played a lot of games and, made it fairly easy coming in today, feeling warmed up and ready to go.
That's great. That's great. And one of the other things that I saw a lot in that game was just kind of the raw mechanics coming out from everybody. I feel like
Hmm.
everybody had one just like stylish play
Yeah.
throughout the series. Was that another thing where it was like the confidence going against Vapo, you felt like you could get away with that? Or was that more of a you guys were just feeling it today and we're like, we're just going to play no holds barred?
Yeah, I think we were just feeling it today. We came in like we have nothing to lose. Me and Joey are seniors, our last year. Let's go out swinging. And I think it's just coming from that.
Yeah. And then final question for you, because I know you probably got stuff going on today, and I don't want to hold you any longer. Can we expect more of this dominance throughout
Oh,
the rest of the season?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean this is just a start. So I'm excited for the rest of the season though.
I'm excited to see it too. Well, again, congratulations on the win. A confident 3-0 start. Great way to begin the season. And that's going to be all from us here. A very short stream, but
I think Joey and Will might be coming in too.
oh, true. We might get more
So
from the
I'll
players.
leave.
That's great. That's
They're
great.
coming back in. Peace.
Alrighty. Thank you. Again, was gonna say you're gonna hear a lot of stuff from those players. I can tell that we got the energy up. We also got the vibes up. Everybody's feeling like themselves, feeling good, and so I'm excited for what the rest of the season is gonna be bringing for our team here. It's gonna be interesting to see how everybody plays, not only around their play style, not only around how BW as a team decides to play, but also around how the team decides to coordinate, how the team decides to play as a whole. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think this team will have very good pressure. I think they can be a powerhouse when it comes to that postseason, potentially qualifying for those in-person tournaments. And it's also going to be another thing because I know these guys bring the energy when they're playing. So it's going to be nice to see, especially in person. Come on, don't be shy. We got Shady over here. We got Joey. First of all, man, after you throw the headphones on, congratulations, man. A confident 3-0. Great stuff to see.
Yes,
And
sir.
so I'm going to ask a lot of similar questions to what I asked Teddy earlier. So, you're going to get a lot of similar responses. But, Vapo, a team that you guys, I believe, played last semester, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Any nerves coming into this match?
no, not at all.
You saw the result from last time and we're like, we're going to make it more dominant.
Well, not just that. I mean, I've been competing and stuff for a while, so I don't really get nervous anymore. Doesn't
Fair
happen.
enough.
I just get in it, get ready to play, and just get it done.
That's fair. That's fair. And speaking of getting into it and playing, I want to ask you specifically because it felt like you were one of the players that I saw the most coming from last semester into this that was just raw mechanicking people, just as much as you could, just doing raw plays as much as you could. Was that just this game, or is that kind of a mindset that you're coming into the semester with?
That's just me playing my game, I guess. I don't know. I've been playing really good lately. We've been all meshing really well, and I think what I've been doing has just been good for the team, and it's yeah, I don't know. Just how I play, I guess.
That's great. That's great. And then I was gonna say because I was talking to you yesterday, and then Teddy mentioned it while he was on here. You guys had that big run of matches yesterday. I believe he said it was around 5 hours of matches
Yeah.
that ended up being. How do you feel that that helped with this game, getting that much match experience with everybody before the true officials began?
It just like kept us warm, I guess. We wouldn't have a match normally there anyways, so it was just helping us stay hot, and we were able to, I don't know, just get into the groove of things, and that helped us out a lot, I think.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. And then just a final thing before I send you on your way. Can we expect this level of dominance throughout all the leagues that you guys are playing? throughout the
Yeah,
semester?
we scrimmed ONU before this. We only did 4 games, not five, but we could easily beat them in 5 or 4.
Alrighty. I was going to say, again, congratulations on the win. I expect to see more great things from you all for the rest of the semester. And then, do we got Well coming in here, or are you the last person?
I believe so.
Alrighty. I was going to say, I'll be excited to talk with him. Because
Yeah.
we're talking about the
Thank
whole
you.
postseason. Yeah, no problem, man.
Thank you.
Alrighty. And again, we get the last part of the team. We got Big Man over here, new kid on the block. First of all, after you throw those on,
It's crazy of you to call me new kid on the block.
well,
I've
I
been
mean,
here a
you're a
semester
freshman.
already.
You're a freshman. You're by definition the new kid on the
Whatever,
block.
bro.
So first of all, obviously, congratulations on the
Thank
3-0.
you. That's how we like it.
So things that I big thing that I want to ask, you played these guys last semester. You
Hmm.
played them during NECC playoffs, if I remember
Hmm.
correctly. So you take anything from that game, or you just come to this game fresh, knowing you were going to
We
win?
came in with a lot of confidence. I mean, which is the way we need to come into every game, with a lot of confidence. So being able to go into this game with the amount of confidence that we needed was just like a massive spike, and we showed it right away. We came out swinging right away, which is what we have to do this entire semester. And so, being able to have Valpo be our first game and being able to know what we're going against right away was a really good way to set the tone for the semester. And that's exactly what I wanted to do today. And we went out and we performed. That's exactly what I wanted.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. I will also say one of the things that I noticed, especially in that game, was just the amount of raw mechanical outplays that I was seeing. And I want to ask, was that something that you think is going to be happening more throughout the semester, just like that's kind of your new play style, or was that something that you felt you could get away with Vapo especially?
Valpo especially was definitely like we could out mechanic them, and it's no disrespect to them. It's just respect to us. Like the way we played, we could we could out mechanic them, but we're not a mechanics team. We're a speed first team, and mechanics are a part of that. Like you got to be mechanical to play a speedy style. But when it comes to like our play style, I think we're always going to be a speed first and mechanic second team.
hmm And then I want to ask you, because if I remember correctly when we were talking, did you have lane experience in high school?
I had casting experience on land,
I
so.
see, I see, I see. So what I was going to ask was, well, the initial narrative that I was going to say is because you have the lane experience, are you biting to get back there? But because it's your first time, especially with these two, are you biting
Oh
to
yeah.
send them off in the final semester off lane?
Well, most definitely. I mean, plus the playoffs being in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, 10 minutes away from where I live, my grandfather could go. I have a whole bunch of other ulterior motives to get there. So if it's lane or bust, but we say that, and at the same time, it's one game at a time. Uh, we're on the, I believe, Heidelberg. That's what it is. We're on the Heidelberg.
Alrighty. Yep. I was gonna say that's about all I got for you. Again, congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
3-0, man. It was good to see. It was great to see. And with well here being the last one that we have, that's gonna be all that we have for this stream. I want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great, very confident day. If you want to stick around, in about an hour and a half, we're going to be having our Overwatch team playing their first GLEC match. So we're looking for a very confident start for the BW program, a confident 3-0 in GLEC, the series that really we focus on. So again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been great to cast this game for you all, and I will hope to see you around soon.